Coming off a big knockout win, UFC Qatar, the man with me today, Ismail Naurdiev. Ismail, how we doing, man?
Good. I'm very good. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I'm happy as always after victory. Let's go.
Hey, well, thank you for coming on. And I normally ask fighters, you all healthy after the win, but I think probably, right?
Yeah, thank God. I mean, before the fight, I had a elbow inflammation. It took me like 4 to 5 weeks, and I still feel it. Even before the fight started, I felt it in the locker room by warming up. But yeah, I'm gonna take care of it now, and then see what's next.
And that was your first, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think out of both UFC stints, that was your first finish, correct?
Yes, in the UFC, yes.
So, I mean, how good did that feel?
Man, actually great. It was very good. I was just a little bit more upset about the performance of the night bonus because everyone was saying, that I deserved it actually, and I had the best knockout. But it is what it is. Thank God I won. So this is the most important thing. Just the bonus will be, extra cherry on the cake.
Cherry on top. Yep.
Yeah. But
Hey,
yeah, it is what it is now.
I mean, it was probably the nastiest knockout of the night. It was disgusting. So, and that's a good thing. So, I would have given you that bonus, but I'm not rich like that. So maybe someday, Ismail. But
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it.
of course, man. And this was fight number 3 of your current UFC stint. I know a lot of contracts are 4 fights. Does that mean you have 1 left?
Exactly. Right now, yes.
Are you? I'm assuming you're looking to renegotiate and extend that after the next fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Now,
Let's see.
what would be next for you ideally? I know post fight you weren't entirely sure, but when do you want to get back in there? Any idea?
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna check with my elbow. I will see how my elbow, um, how you say it,
Heels up.
how it goes with my elbow. Yeah, exactly. And then we'll see from there.
And I know
But
when you were asked,
I want to be back as soon as possible for sure.
and I know when you were backstage, you were asked if there's anybody you want to fight. You said you're not sure. You'll talk with your coaches, but are there names that you think would be a fun fight for you in the UFC?
Right now, to be honest, I didn't think about any name. I was just like, whoever they give me, I'm ready. Because UFC is the best organization in the world, and every fighter is a good fighter there. So we're with the best fighters, and we're there to fight anyone they give us. So I'm finally there where I always wanted to be, and now it's time to fight anyone they give to you, and that's it.
And we're at the end of the year right now, so 2026 coming up. What goals do you have for
Yeah.
yourself inside the octagon?
Now to get some win streak, and then go for the title.
So you're maybe hoping for title contention by the end of next year? Do you think that's possible?
I think so. I mean, if I'm healthy, I don't have any injuries, it will be very, very possible.
Now, how many wins do you
All
think you would
depends on my
need?
health, of course.
Right, yeah, but how many wins do you think
Actually,
you would need?
actually depends on, because as you know, some fighters, they got to the UFC, after 2, 3 fights, they got already title fight. So I think it depends on, how much the promotion wants to promote you, and how. I think it depends on all the situations.
Now,
But if everything goes well, I think maybe 3, 4 fights, or even 5. I think realistically, maybe 4 to 5 fights.
and do you think that's possible to do all of that next year to actually get 4 or 5 fights in? If healthy.
If healthy, actually, I think 3 fights a year is actually good. So let's say 1.5 year, maximum 2. I think 1, 2 years are good.
Now, what about for 2026 goals outside of the UFC? Like, what are some things you want to accomplish in your personal life?
I want to do some business.
Yeah, you want to make that money.
Exactly. I don't know what yet, but you have always to have a plan B because this sport is dangerous,
Yeah.
and that's why actually I don't have a exactly plan yet, but I want to do something. I just want to make money. I want to make money, and now for me, for my family, so I have good life and I can chill the rest of my life. That's the plan.
Smart man. Smart man.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. And just talking about money and even royalty, I want you to explain something to me because in your post-fight speech, you shouted out the King of Morocco. I'm a Philadelphia, USA boy. I know nothing about international politics and kings. So, what's the importance? What's the significance of that?
Since I moved to Morocco, everything became better. They support me. I got every Before I moved to Morocco, when I was fighting, I was just fighting to fight again. Because I was fighting, I got the money, and I was paying all the tax and all the coaches and gyms and training. And I didn't have any sponsors, so I was paying all my bills and rent and everything. So I was just fighting to fight again. And since I moved to Morocco, I got such an amazing support. I don't have to worry about the financial things anymore. So, before it was always, tomorrow I have to pay my rent. Oh, if I don't do this, I have to do that, blah, 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 all the things. Right now, it just, I got everything taken care of. Just need to focus, train, sleep, eat, repeat. And that's the difference now. And I'm very grateful for it.
Now, is that the Moroccan king himself and like the government actually helping with that, or is that just because the economy over there is good and you're able to do this?
Exactly. Just from the king.
So the king is actually helping out Ismail Naurdiev, eh?
Me and a lot of people, not only me, a lot of people. He's
Now,
supporting a lot of people in Morocco, helping. He's doing just like amazing, amazing work over there.
and is this like just explain this to me? Is this like social programs, or is he helping out like athletes and like superstars, so to speak?
No, just helping anyone who needs help, you know. So they don't care about you're a superstar or not. It's just if you're a good man, if you have a good heart, you always get support from somewhere.
Well, and I also see the Moroccan fans on Twitter. They went pretty crazy too. They liked the shout out. They liked your fight. So, how does it feel to have the Moroccan fans supporting you like that?
Very, very good. I'm very grateful. And that's what I'm more, much, much more support from the Moroccans than I was in Austria. I was representing Austria as the only one, and I was the youngest one, and I didn't feel any support from there. No papers, no TV, no nothing, just nothing, nothing. And that's the thing that was missing there. But right now I got all of this, and I'm very grateful. That's why it's like a new version of my. Now I can just focus on my training and show all my skills.
And I imagine this story would take a very long time. So I don't need to hear all of it, but I am curious in a short sense, how do you end up from Russia to Austria and then Morocco? Like what's the short story of this journey?
I was born in Chechnya, so originally I'm from Chechnya. Then when I turned 10 years old, we moved to Austria because
Because
of
of
the
the
war.
war, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So I was living there until I think 2023. I moved to Morocco, and since then I live in Morocco.
And
This is how
Morocco's your favorite so far, yeah?
yeah, for sure.
Well, good. I'm glad you found a home, man. I'm glad you found a home. And just you said Chechnya. One of Chechnya's, I guess, most famous people is Khamzat Chimaev, also the
Exactly.
champion of your division. So,
Mhm.
do you have any experience with Khamzat? Do you know him at all?
Yeah, I know him even before he started MMA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. I think it was 2016, if I'm not mistaken. In Sweden, I went to Stockholm to All Stars because I was training there, and then one day he came to the gym, and we Chechens we have this because we're so like not we're only I think almost 2 million people in the world. So always when we see each other somewhere, we recognize each other, and even if you don't know each other, you just go, they greet, blah blah blah. So I just met him there, like, are you Chechen? Yeah, me too, blah blah blah. Nice to meet you. And back then he was just wrestler, and I was fighting in ACB back then. So and we were talking about. He told me, yeah, he want also to change to MMA now. And yes, back then he wasn't famous, nothing. He was just a wrestler. We started to train together a little bit, and we know each other since then, actually. And now he's a superstar.
Sorry, I was muted. Is he always been this crazy, or is this new with the UFC aura?
I mean, I didn't know him too much because we didn't spend a lot of time together, but I think he was crazy back then as well. Yeah.
Do you think anybody in the middleweight division right now, not including yourself, do you think anybody can beat him?
Right now, I don't think so. Right now, because if someone had very strong wrestling, then it will be like a competitive fight. But I think right now, in my opinion, I think nobody can beat him right now.
So I don't know if you saw backstage, but he got into it with Ian Machado Gary a little bit. So sounds like Ian would not win that fight, no?
100% no. Nothing against Ian, he's my guy. But if I'm realistic, if it will be just a stand-up fight, I don't know, everything can happen. But MMA with wrestling, grappling, everything, Khamzat is too strong.
And then
And
you said,
especially he's much, much heavier than Ian too.
yes,
Yeah.
Khamzat's a big boy.
Yes, 100%.
Now, you said a year and a half, maybe, you could be fighting in title contention. Do you think Khamzat will still be champion?
Good question. If it stays, obviously we can fight each other. We're good friends. But if he retires or he goes up to light heavyweight, then we're good to go.
So, I mean, if the UFC, a year and a half, Khamzat's still champ, they're like, hey, Ismail, we want you to fight Khamzat. We know you're friends, but we want you guys to fight for the title and you could be friends after. Is that something you guys would even consider or nah?
Maybe then we will have a talk together, let's see and figure out something if it's worth it. But I say that way, it's a fight I wouldn't like. I wouldn't like to take.
No, I
Especially
understand.
we both are from Chechnya and we're friends. And also, a lot of hate will be there from other people. So yeah, it's a fight I really don't like.
Well, I'm not trying to stoke the fire. I was just
Yeah,
curious
I know.
because I do
No, all
believe
good.
you'll be up there in due time, my friend. I think you
Yeah,
got a bright future.
100%.
And
100%. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
of course, I'm going to let you get back to enjoying yourself today. But Ismail, before I get you out of here, anything you want to say to all the fans?
Just thanks to everyone. Thank you also for the time, for inviting me. Appreciate it, guys. And we will see soon on the top.
I love it, man.
Thanks
Ladies
to
and
everybody.
gentlemen, stay tuned. Hopefully some big news for Ismail Naurdiev next year. Ismail, thank you so much.
Let's
Kick some
go.
ass, all right?
Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it.